Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This time we're going to be talking about how and where you should actually stay in Thailand. Now, this is my first video, so be sure to smash that like button. And one thing that I'm noticing that is a huge problem is a lot of people tend to overpay, and me included. I tended to overpay on my first visit, which is basically crazy, right? So what's gonna cost you to live in Bangkok or Thailand alone? Now, the most popular destination, of course, is Bangkok and Phuket. Phuket being the most expensive island in the whole Thailand. It's more expensive than Bangkok, which is pretty crazy. Bangkok has about 10 million people, so I'm completely shocked. But here's a great idea. This is what I did, and I'll do a lot of hotel hopping. Now, what's hotel hopping is you basically stay in hotels that are $20 to $30 a night a few days, and then you move to another area. You go from one area to the next, and basically you hotel hop. Now, you spend a bit more than what the average price is. So the average price is gonna cost you in Bangkok is about $20. It starts with $200, but you're not in the center. Now, it's a crazy thing that people think they can get like cheap properties for no money, because it's not true. Bangkok is seriously expensive, and it will cost you from 200 to about 600, which is not too much. But I did see a lot of people wanting those penthouses, those fancy studios, and those Airbnb can be much more expensive. Now, there's short-term and long-term rent. For the short term, it's gonna be like 1 month, which could potentially cost you about $1,000 for a studio, which is, people are saying, way overpriced. But the one thing I noticed is on the Facebook digital nomad community or Facebook expats in Bangkok, you can actually find pretty awesome deals for pretty much cheap. Now, I know this will probably raise prices for these real estates, but there's still plenty of properties for foreigners. So be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. But the most important cost here is that it's probably gonna cost you at least 600 to 700. Now, people expecting to pay 100 will need to go to an island to like Koh Chang or any sorts, because it's not that cheap. Bangkok is all about expensive stuff. There's a lot of rich people there, and it's gonna be at least $500 if you wanna find something good. 400, something with a kitchen is gonna be 400, and it starts about 350 euros, so that's about 400, which might not seem like a lot, but Bangkok can really add your expenses. You go out, you have fun time, you party, and in the end, it's gonna be really expensive before you know it. A lot of people think that they can survive in Bangkok for $1,000. This is not the case anymore, as you need a minimum of 1,200, 1,500, depending on how you live. But here's a great idea. You can go in off-low season. If you're staying for about 3 weeks, you don't have to take an apartment. You don't have to take an Airbnb, but instead Bangkok does have really good 4-star hotels. You don't have to pay 100 a night like in most European cities for a hotel, and you also don't have to pay for a hostel. Now, of course, you can stay there, but the best place to stay in Bangkok, in my honest opinion, for tourists just coming out, there's gonna be a lot of other foreigners there, is not Khao San Road. Now, Khao San Road is a purely party place. It does not show how beautiful Bangkok really is, because you only see a part of the area. You only see a part of it. And if you go to Sok, if you go to places like Onut, which is further from Bangkok, you can actually be close to the BTS. So one thing when you look for properties is you need to look for an area that's close to the BTS, because if you're close to the BTS, no problem. You can pay $1 for one way and you can get to any direction you want. The BTS system is crazy good. It's crazy good, and it's possibly not gonna be anything better than this world. It's not cheap, but it's gonna take you places around, and that's the most important thing, that even, you know, a lot of people are buying apartments near these BTSs, and that's a huge reason. Now, a lot of people make the mistake of just going to Khao San Road, not seeing how Bangkok really is beautiful, because it is one of a kind experience. It's 10 million people, it's a mega city, and I think the most important part is you should be looking at places with like Prakanong, which Prakanong is a really good area as well, with a mix of foreigners, a mix of locals. So you don't want to be picking out a place only with foreigners like Khao-san, and you don't want to pick an area that's only with locals that you don't have or know where you're gonna go just yet until you settle into Bangkok. So you want to find a place where it's mix of expats and mix of locals, and that's what makes Bangkok great. It has plenty of these areas. But again, guys, it's gonna cost you about $400, $500 if you stay for a month. If you stay anything less, I do kind of suggest to do hotels for $30 a night. You can find great 4-star ones. UHG, it's called, has actually a pretty good set of hotels. They have high standards. I saw a lot of young people there, a lot of older people as well. I made some great people in these hotels too, so it's very high class. 4-star hotels and 3-star hotels, there's kind of big difference, but 3-star hotels, if you're on super big budget, can be good too. I stayed in all of the hotels of Bangkok. But be sure to smash that like button, guys. Let me know if you want to see more Thailand videos. I'll keep you guys updated.